Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Cryptoverse. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So, here we are, Bitcoin, currently at $77,178. So, what now? I drew a bull flag here that I told you guys about like a couple days ago. So, as you can see, we break above it. And here's the thing about this bull flag, why I don't trade them whenever we invalidate, because of course, if we break inside of them again, that's invalidation for me. So I don't take a trade on that. So I just let it go. Normally, you would just like the retest here, retest, and then pump with a volume. But as you can see, there's none of that here. So in that case, anything can happen. And if Bitcoin stays in here and break below here, for example, I will give you a heads up right now. We break below here, we're going to dump to the downside in this bull flag. So that's my call on that. So just keep that in mind. Keep this level about 76,800 basically on the dot. If we close below there with a 1 hour time frame, there's a high chance we go lower. Okay, so what now? I actually have a new thesis about Bitcoin and crypto. Like, and I think I've been sharing this thesis that once, of course, once the king pumps, the whole kingdom will pump. So think about that. So here's the thing, like I said before, until we close above 82,700, um, yes, we will be under the covers, because if we don't close above these levels, there's no chance there we have started a bull market. So all this is just a pump or relief rally, everything. And right now, as you can see, we're very overbought, so I will be looking for some cool off, in the future and stuff like this week or so and so forth. If not, I'm still looking for this level to be tapped into, possibly close above. I will be waiting for that day to come, of course. Close above here, we're bullish. The bull market has started. But close below here, the bull market has now started. We're bearish still, even though with all this pump, But right now, short term, it's still pretty good and decent. Okay, so now what are we expecting? There's more news coming up this couple days here, or I think Friday there's some meetings, so and so forth, the Jackson Hole. So everything is going to come out pretty well on that. But just keep out these levels in mind. We break above here, bullish, we close above there, bullish. Of course, after we close above, we can come back down, mitigate, and then look for a new pump and stuff. But till then, we're not bullish. We're actually bearish. So keep that in mind. And like I said before, also keep this in mind here. If we close below this level that I gave you guys, we close below this level, we're going lower. But if we hold below above it, of course we're going higher. So you got those two options. And how many percentage pump will that be? That's about 7%. Ideally, you want a nice clear close. It's about 8% to 9% pump will be granted here if we close above it. It still looks like a bull flag, so don't get me wrong on that part. Okay, so that's that for Bitcoin. Just keep those levels in mind, and then of course when we break above, you want to see increase in volume. So that will also confirm your price target. Like you could also do something like this, of course, like that. So as you can see, that will give us about 89,000. So could happen as well. Could happen. No doubt in that. But now let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum will be the same thing. I know these cryptos look stronger. Why do they look stronger? You might be wondering. Because they came and touched. Yes, I repeat, they came and touched where they should be closing. You want these candle closes, like the weekly, to close above these levels. I repeat, above these levels. Right here is your level. You see how perfectly it came and reject? It came, reject here. It should close above it. Ethereum should close above this level. If you start seeing a close above here like this, weekly candle close, sorry, a weekly candle close, then Ethereum is much bullish. We're going much higher, of course. Of course, it will always give us something like this, close above here, chop, 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 come back, mitigate like this, and then go. So don't forget, this way I'm drawing this, it will give us that inverse head and shoulder, or it will give us some sort of a pattern or something, or just a higher low. Let's get rid of this, or just a higher low, for example, that will give us. So let's say we do this and we do this and this. We'll just do something like this. And then, of course, mitigate most of this. And it will give us that pump. And speaking of that pump as well, we'll get this in there. And they'll also get something like this. Like I warned you guys earlier. Do something like this. You wait for anything below here. I hate to say it, but all this pump might be given away. It's fine. But if we can get anything below here, and then, like I said, it comes perfectly with a trend line in case we get this low. Any way you want to put the trend line whenever it gets there. Okay, we'll do something like this. And then, of course, we can start pumping from there. So that's that. Now let's go to Solana. So here we are, Solana. Same thing, weekly. Okay, the little mistake I told you guys in the last video was saying daily. Sorry, but it was weekly. You want the weekly candle close. Yes, the weekly daily candle close. Sorry, not daily. Weekly candle close above this level. $98.55. Like a close. Like look at this, for example. A low here, a high here, and then a break of structure, a lower low. Look, perfectly close below it. There's no doubt in that one. That's a bearish structure when we close below here. So now we need to, in order to get a bullish structure, you need to break above this. Give us a change of character. Don't forget this word, change of character. Okay, once we close above it, because these are long term type of moves. Weekly is going to take months. Sometimes the weekly will just go all the way and mitigate for something like the monthly and change for just years. I mean, come on, look at Bitcoin for example, the in 2022 when we changed around. So it takes years. So yeah, those weekly time frame, you really want to see them change above. They will take for months or years. So that's what you want for Solana. And for the daily time frame, let's see, we're still holding above here. So keep that in mind. But if we start breaking below again, of course, I will look for levels like this to mitigate. So, okay. So that's for Solana. Not much going on for the lower time frame though. There's not much. Yeah, not much going on there. So that's that for Solana. Now XRP. XRP, same thing. Actually, I was wrong about XRP. Guys, I was wrong. So forgive me there. So here's the thing about XRP. Um, XRP did get the change of character, but that was on the daily, and I think on the 3-day time frame as well. But the daily, as you can see, and don't believe all of this. But yeah, this was the daily so and so. So I would say the daily has played out for XRP, but the weekly has not played out because the weekly time frame does look very messy. As you can see right here. A low. Guess what? A lot of people will say, oh, Eve, this is the high. Right here. I'm sorry. It's not the high. It's not. Guess what's the high? I'll delete this and you can see this. This is the high right here for XRP. Okay. So you want a daily candle close above here. Um, you can forget about the weekly on this one just because it's messed up. Because just like I said, that's literally just one candle in a SMC market. This is not a nice structure like to trade and stuff. So, but the market has been giving us this um bearish structure for like a year now, so something like this, but we break above it, so it's valid. Break above it. And then of course we'll break this as well. So if you want to call this a trend line, which it is. But yeah, so those two are very clear about XRP. So now what do you want to do about XRP? Yeah, same thing. Since I've gave you this on the for the slightly 2 or 3 day time frame, if you want to say, It's also a nice structure. You can wait for this up here. I will say about the 3-day time frame. You can wait for something up here, or you can just wait for what Bitcoin is going to do. Okay. So now let's go to Chainlink. So here we are for Chainlink. Okay. We are currently at the same spot. Like I said, Chainlink is one of those weaker ones because we never got the weekly candle close below here. I need to get used to the word weekly. So we never got the weekly candle close below here, as you can see. So right there it is. It's just a wick, but not the close. Okay. So what do we do now, Eve? You might be wondering. Yeah. So same thing for um for Chainlink. Chainlink will have a lot of work to do. Um, yeah, it was the same thing for the daily. We never got that close below, but a nice head start for Chainlink since we have been in this like huge, consolidation channel here and stuff. So I will say, I hate to say it's a large one and stuff, but we need to get above here. As you can see, all this you need to find a way to get above here in the $18 to the $20 for Chainlink. That will really cement a bullishness to take you up to new all-time high, possibly, if you can get above here again. Because you can see, oh, perfect. You can see a line like this. You can see a line like that. However you want to draw that one. But that's um if you have not been watching my videos, please make sure you check out the last videos. But this is how I draw my channels. Like I said, markets like love moving in channels. So one church here, two church here, three church here, and the day we come up here, and I can guarantee you, if we have to, I'll come back to this video. But the day we'll come up here to the $18, like I just said, about 56% pump, that would be a nice pump. But the day we come up here, we could there's only two options we'll have right there. I'll show you guys right now. The day will come up here, we can consolidate a little bit and then break out. I can guarantee you that. And then the other thing is, like I said, two options. I will explain to you why. The first option, we can come up there, consolidate a little bit. We're not going to come all the way back down. We're going to consolidate a little bit and then break out. It's going to be a generational wealth entry. I'll keep this in mind as well and try to remind you guys every single day till it happens. And then this is the second option that's going to happen in Chainlink. We're just going to go straight into it. Oh, you might be wondering, Ib, why is that? Why are we going straight into it and the bust right through the roof? Because this is um my go-to move on trading and stuff. Let's get rid of these. This is my go-to move on trading. So whenever you have one church, two church, and three church and a trend line, it's weakening the trend line. So the fourth church is always going to break. It's always going to break. And if the fourth church does not break, the fifth church is going to break. So that's why I gave you the option right there. We can church this again, weaken it even more, and then you tap into it and breaks. So, or you can just bust right through. So keep that in mind for Chainlink. That's what going to happen to Chainlink. And then last but not least, USDT. Like I've said before, um, I did, I think, yeah, yesterday I was giving little updates and stuff. So this is what I have. This is just me predicting the future yesterday, and it's still playing out damn near perfectly. So keep that in mind. This inverse head and shoulder, and that's gonna make crypto suffer a little bit. Like we can pull back, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is it for USDT. This is my future. Um I'm predicting and stuff. So who knows? I might be wrong here, but I gave you two options. We can do this, and then of course we can come back in, tap into liquidity and stuff, you know, or we can do this right here. We just dump and start going lower. But there's a unlikely wood that we're going to do that because we are so overbought. Look at this. Come on. When was the last time we were at 14 in the RSI for the USDT? I'll show you. Keep in mind 14, that's 26, 25. Look for 14, right? 14, bam. What was that? February of 2024, okay? February of 2024. February of 2024. The RSI was at 14 right here. Okay, close to the low. Let's go to this low. Oh, you can say this one. Okay, and then we started consolidating. What happened after that? After we get out of that zone, went up by 78%. Just be careful now. This was 18. Okay, but we were looking for 14. 78%. Are you kidding me? You know how much Bitcoin and crypto suffer? So, like I said, we're still under this channel, by the way. If we get inside this channel again, crypto or is going to suffer if USDT get into this channel. So I'm one of the people that will give you a heads up right now about this. So, okay, but we're going to conclude the video right here. I hope you guys like it, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and